My name is David. I knew your son.
Well, you may know him from the TV series Downton Abbey, but now Dan Stevens has a new movie, and he's right here to talk with us about it. It's great to have you here. Great to meet you.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
Of course, a lot of us are longtime fans of Downton Abbey, but boy, I'll tell you, as my producer Dina said earlier, there wasn't even a trace of Matthew Crowley in your face when you did this, which is great because as an actor, that's what you're supposed to do.
I hope not. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Yes, we didn't want to see Matthew popping up in the desert of New Mexico. That would be weird. But yeah. It was great just to get my head around a totally different role.
Well, and a very scary kind of guy. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of mystery here. Of course, you play a character who comes to this family and tells them that he was the best friend of their son who was killed in Iraq, when maybe that wasn't quite all the whole story, shall we say?
Yeah, he's very
I don't
good
want to give
at,
anything away here.
Controlling the flow of information. So yeah, you're not quite sure about this guy. And one of the things we wanted to do with this movie was really have fun with the audience and engage the audience, have them asking questions. How we feel about this guy. Is he a hero or a villain? And people feel both ways about this guy, which is fun.
Well, as an actor, of course, that's what you want to do, especially when you in this country particularly, and also in England. Matthew Crowley was sort of a defining character, and you certainly want to move on and not be typecast, obviously.
I guess, as an actor, I'm looking to, explore a range of things, and I think for audiences as well. As much as we all love Downton, you don't want to watch Downton the whole time. You might want to watch something like The Guest.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Downton, I've got to ask you, Maggie Smith, who never does any interviews. I've interviewed her once in all the years. Tell me your favorite moment with Maggie Smith doing Downton.
Oh, there's so many. She's such a witty, funny woman, and an amazing actress to have, at the heart of that show. It was a real privilege working with her.
Exactly. Now, to get into the mind of this character that you play, how do you prepare for a role like this when the guy's dark, mysterious, scary? Did it
kind of delicious, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that was it. There was just the challenge of stepping into something very, very far outside of my own experience and a role that I've never taken on before, and getting to explore a bit of a darker theme, but also having a lot of fun with it. There is a sort of black comedy element to this, and we were really having fun with celebrating a lot of those movies we loved growing up. The Terminator movies, the Cannon films, John Carpenter movies. I was a huge Kurt Russell fan growing up.
Yeah, exactly. I thought of John Carpenter when I was sitting here watching this.
A lot of love for those films, built into The Guest.
Exactly, and it's fun. People love, especially this time of year, to have a movie that has that kind of edge to it. And, gets
especially with the weather like this.
Yes, well,
makes me think of back home.
Well, we turned you. This is England weather, but you're telling me that actually you're living in Brooklyn, which couldn't be as far from Downton Abbey as anything.
No, exactly. But it'll be a fun one to take your friends to see, and it really it's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. It's great to have you here, and of course, The Guest actually is going to be opening Wednesday. In theaters everywhere, and that's coming Wednesday. And I have to ask you, what's coming up next for you besides that?
Well, we've got Walk Among the Tombstones coming up in a few weeks,
That's
and also
right.
Night at the Museum at Christmas, which is a much broader comedy than The Guest. But that's back to British with a big mane of hair and a broadsword. So
you and Ben Stiller and all the boys.
Yeah, amazing lineup there. So no, we've been having fun, just trying out a few different things and surprising myself as much as anything.
That's terrific. Well, it's great to have you on this side of the pond. It's great to have you in Chicago, and hopefully next time you can spend a little more time here than you did this time, when it's basically overnight.
Whistle stop tour, I'm afraid.
Exactly. Great to have you here, Dan.
Thanks, Bill.
Mark.